back in the car, and today we're going to be taking a look at Bram Stoker's Dracula on the Super Nintendo. Now obviously this is made in conjunction with the Bram Stoker's Dracula film from the early 90s, and it's just it really is at its heart just a really shameless cash-in. I'm going to leave it on normal, but I am going to give myself like a little bit extra energy just because I'm going to be talking and stuff. And I know that nobody likes this game, but I thought this might be an interesting video just because this could be like the first, the last and the only time you ever hear anybody talk positively about this game. And I really like this game. I don't love it, I do not think it's amazing or anything, but I really liked the film. Bram Stoker's Dracula was the second horror film I ever saw, I think. Let's get this started. And this is one of the first games that I ever remember buying with my own pocket money. I'd saved up my pocket money for like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And I managed to come across this pre-owned on a car boot sale, and I just picked it up straight away. And yeah, I just wanted to set that preface up for this gameplay and for this video basically. I get that this game is crap, I get that loads of people hated it. All the other games, as far as I'm concerned, the other Bram Stoker's Dracula games are terrible. I have played the Amiga one, which is possibly the worst. And so we'll dive straight into it, and I'll talk a little bit about the little bits of the film that are actually in the game. There's not many, but at least it's got the characters and stuff. And so, stage 1, the journey to Castle Dracula. So yeah, this is just one of those games. I get that it's crap, but because I played this a lot back in the day, and I know I'm not alone because my best friend at the time, one of my oldest friends, he liked it, and he liked the film as well, so... So you're playing, this is Jonathan Harker, played by Keanu Reeves in the film. I don't believe that Harker even does jack shit in the film. I don't think he ever, like, kills anybody or even does anything other than just... As you know, he's got the dodgy, fake British accent, which I never really noticed back in the day, because obviously being so young. Watching it back now, though, I kind of get what people mean with the accent. And so on each stage, or at least each beginning, every couple of stages, you're going to see Van Helsing, and he's going to start thinking about a certain weapon. And the arrow at the top is always going to point to where Helsing is, but obviously now it's told us about the weapon, it's now pointing to the exit. One of the major things with this game is, maybe, like, apart from the graphics and stuff and the gameplay, maybe one of the reasons a lot of people didn't like it is because they found it a little bit difficult, and that's probably because they never went and picked this up. You see that the range of the little crappy sword we've got now, the little knife thing, well, you can pick this up, and there you go. On the Mega Drive version, funnily enough, there is a lot of similarities between that game and this one. I've got to say though, with the Mega Drive version, not only do you start off with the extended sword anyway, you don't have to go finding it, but, well, all of these Bram Stoker's Dracula games, obviously they weren't too good, but I feel like anybody who's actually played this version and then played the Mega Drive Genesis version, really, I mean, that game were just... I'm guessing this game were rushed because there's some parts of it that I'll point out later on if I get that far, that just make it feel rushed and stuff and like half-assed, but the Mega Drive version, surprisingly, I don't know why they didn't just do this game exactly on that system. They didn't though, they did this game but in bits, and it's like half a game. The levels are all over the place, there's no real... I mean, there's no story to this, but that spike usually gets me, but I remembered this time. So as you can see, it's a lot like the Castlevania games. Similar to things like, is it Master of Darkness? I played recently on the Master System. And so the first part, obviously, we're on our way to Castle Dracula and to meet the man himself and stuff. It doesn't really follow the film at all. It could have been in development before the film came out. You know how these things work. And now we're coming up to the first boss, which is, I believe it to be the driver of the Phantom Carriage, which is in, I think, pretty much every version of Dracula you can see. It's even in Nosferatu at the beginning. There is a pattern, which I'll show you. You see how he goes out, out, and then down, and then out, and then down. There's really easy boss actually. I don't know why I just took damage then. Yeah, there you go. Really simple. I've already taken like 3 hits of damage so far, which I didn't expect. But yeah, let me know in the comments, did you play this back in the day? I know for a fact that I'd be surprised if anybody else played it and liked it as much as me and like my friend did. I don't know, I never saw anything wrong with this game. I just instantly liked it. The same day I picked it up, the first day I played it, I just never saw anything wrong with this game. I just thought it could have been a little bit better. So we've got Harker's escape from the castle, and we're going to get a turn page. So you see, we're supposed to be on his way to meet Dracula and stuff. As far as the game's concerned, we've already met Dracula, now we're trying to escape from the castle. So yeah, if you knew nothing about Dracula and everything you knew about Dracula from this game, then you'd presume that basically Jonathan Harker goes to meet Dracula. Something mysterious happens. And then you're escaping the castle, and you got these guys that look like Brian May. So we're going to follow the arrow this time. It's going to take us, as I said, to Van Helsing. You do have respawning enemies on this, by the way. If I go back, you'll see that those come back. And what is he going to be thinking about this time? He's thinking about dynamite. Can we go through this wall? No. So the dynamite, to be honest, I'd usually just leave the dynamite on this bit, but I will say that these weapons, these extra weapons that you get other than the sword, are usually pretty damn useless. Again, a criticism with this game that I could say is that, well, first of all, I'm going the wrong way to find what I'm looking for. A criticism is that it's like they threw the weapons in, and then they never went back and polished them up, or they never went back and made them really useful. The gun's pretty useful, the stake has got a mind of its own, and the dynamite has just got a weird bounce, and so it's really difficult to... There, so we got the dynamite. Usually I'd just leave it, but because I'm showing you the game, I might as well pick it up, and it also makes fighting this next enemy pretty easy. Now there's the exit. I'm tempted to see if there's anything else to pick up, but you know, I'm not gonna bother. I've kind of got what I wanted. Now I think we're kicked back outside again. No, now we're kind of in like a weird misty dungeon type area. We do have to go down here and... Whoop! Well, there's my first death. I said I like this game, I never said I was like any good at it. I'm usually not bad at it when I'm not doing commentary. This is part of the level. I never really understand what that bit is about, but I know that if you don't do it, you can't really get past a bit over here. One of the reasons as well, not just because I'm doing commentary, one of the reasons I give myself a little bit extra health is because of this bit. Now on the Mega Drive, I know I'm not exactly full of praise for the Mega Drive version, but you can actually get through the Mega Drive version on this bit without, like, maybe just taking one bit of damage. But on this, it's like, I can never really get a good pattern because there's those two, but as you'll see, I'm gonna, like... Yeah, look, there's nothing you can do but take a load of damage. And the thing is, if it kills you, it spawns you right back there again, so you've just got to do it again. So that bit, if you play that on normal without adding, like, you know, the extra bit of health on, it's a bit of a piss take, really, because I don't know how you expected to do that, actually. So we got no Van Helsing on this level. We do have the dynamite, which, as I said, like, it's just fucking useless. Yeah, we got like Indiana Jones style thing with a rock following us. We got the creepy laughs in the background as well, which, I mean, I was only young when I played this, you got to remember that. Little things like that like freaks me out a bit. There's a bit later on, I don't know if we're going to get there, but there's like... I'm not sure what the stage is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be back on the estate where Lucy gets turned into a vampire in the film. You do actually fight Lucy later on. I'm sure it's this one where you fight Lucy. Yeah, there's a bit later on that used to, like, it freaks me out just a little bit, maybe more than it should have done, where you get to this part where there's, like, poltergeist activity in this one room in this place. And I just thought it was just pretty cool, pretty neat. You know, you got tables flying all over the place. These little things there, those are like the checkpoints, which is pretty obvious. Alright, so now this is the second boss? Yep, and this is... no, this is not Dracula, actually, this is a dragon. This is one of the only enemies that isn't actually... Whoops. One of the only enemies that isn't actually in the film, I don't think. I know, like, Dracula kind of turns into that thing where they kind of catch him in a really bad state, where he's like half human, half bat type thing. But yeah, that, again, just a really easy boss. I did think that with Dracula coming up, actually. He must be in a while. Okay, now we got the the Brides of Dracula, which again featured in most, if not every single version of Dracula. I think they're in Nosferatu. It's been a long time since I watched Nosferatu. We got annoying spikes again. Well, this is only one of them this time. So yeah, I'm not going to slow down to show you, but the 3 Brides of Dracula kind of chasing you. And if they catch up with you, it's like, I think it's an insta-kill, or they just take a lot of your energy at once, and it's just, yeah, it's easy, you just want to stay in front of them. And they're kind of chasing us away towards Dracula. There he is in his, that'll be his human form. And I'll show you, this is so fucking easy, this bit, but, yeah, so you can you can hurt him that way, or you can find a spot somewhere around here. Oh, wrong button. And if you launch these at like just the right time, just nice and easy. Yeah, he thinks he's. It reminds me of the thing from the red thing there. It reminds me of Another World. You know, the thing you can do with a gun. I'm sure some of you have played Another World before. See, that one didn't really hit him. I think you've really got to be like back here. And again, once the red thing comes up, it doesn't like class as a hit. And I keep hitting attack instead of jump. I don't know why, because it's not like I'm not familiar with this game. Okay, so now we're gonna have to do it the old. Good old-fashioned way. It takes quite a while, but I don't know how I screwed that up, actually. It's like the world's easiest boss, maybe, and I just managed to screw it up. So I'm guessing the game, this is supposed to be like Dracula's dungeon or something? Which is not how... I don't think that's how Harker escapes. I remember him just, like, kind of... I don't know, this game just takes a lot of liberties. Some of the bosses later on, if you can even call them that, they're just like slightly harder enemies, but some of the bosses later on, you go up against Renton, and by the time you get to Renton, you're already pissed off with it. If I get there, I'll point it out, but yeah, by the time you get to Renton, you're already pissed off with the enemies that you've just faced. And I'm sure that's the last time I played, that's about where I got up to. And that were like, you know, no commentary and just playing by myself. And the music too is just cool, but then again, is the music cool, or is it just that I've heard it so many times? You know, it's a thing with nostalgia. I've openly even admitted about this game to people that I know that it's crap, but I played it as a kid, so I just really like it. Like, I'm getting a totally different feeling now with this game playing it than what most people do, and I like that. And right, so we're back in a barn, which just makes no fucking sense whatsoever. We've got to come back up here for the weapon, which is like, it's like a weird little flame that you can throw. So we're going to follow the arrow. I think this arrow takes us to... I don't think it takes us to Van Helsing this time. We've got the drunken enemy there that always... there we got the first... Again, nothing in the film like that, but I guess you could say that that is maybe one of the horses pulling the phantom carriage, I don't know. Yeah, just since that enemy's respawned, I always think this enemy there looks like the old writer, Edgar Allan Poe. If you look, he's got green eyes as well. Right, so on this we need to go down, but you know, the game's not doing a good job of telling you what you need to do. You need to find, like, this thing up top right. Knock that down. That then makes it so we can get down here somewhere. Just being careful because of that bloody orc. There we go. We've got a bunch of spiders down there. Ooh! Oh, we do have Van Helsing. What is he thinking about? Oh, right, this is a stake, actually. Sorry, we don't get the flame thing, we get the little stake. Now, the arrow's telling us to go this way, which is to where the exit is, but we got these sandbags. There's 2 of those, but I am going to go back and get the weapon, just the stake. It might help me out a little bit. I think I know what the next enemy, what the next boss is anyway. And it's pretty soon. I know the stake is in a really stupid place. I just took damage then from Edgar Allan Poe, or whoever he's supposed to be. Can we do it first time? Yeah, there we go. Usually, as you can see, it's a bit tricky to usually get to that. You gotta jump right at the last second. And now we just make us way to the exit. I'm gonna have a drink actually in my throat. I'm talking way more than usual. We've got a little secret here as well. Cool. Honestly, I don't usually remember that. Right, so let's go to the next level. I'm gonna just take a quick drink. Okay, there we are outside. Just a little note on the difficulty differences. Actually, I don't think I've ever tried playing it on hard, and if I did, I only just tested it. But if you play on normal, you get basically the full game. If you play it on easy, which is basically like kids mode, what it does is it cuts out a load of levels, and then when you fight Dracula like I did just like a few bosses ago, oh, wolves, and then, yeah, basically when you play it on easy, it cuts out a load of levels, and hold on. It cuts out a load of levels and then you fight Dracula and then you basically get the game over screen. It's like a really easy kids mode. And the only thing I can think of, game that did that before I can think of is like Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1. I had like a kids mode. And I'm sure that cut a load of levels out. Oh, look at that damn spider, gets me every time. Well, we've got the full health back now anyway, so, well, almost full health. I'm pretty sure we're up against the Brides of Dracula again soon. So you gotta be careful, because then you jump onto there and naturally that spider, like that, could just go down. Oh, what? It's really hard to concentrate, you know, when you're trying to talk at the same time. Is that spider going to come down again? No. I've only got 1 life left as well, I think. I think I'm down to a continue after that. So these spiders are a pain in the ass because you can't just go past them, you gotta kind of stop every time, and obviously because they respawn, you know what, I'm gonna go up here actually. It always seems better to go above than actually through, because there's probably a ton of spiders down there anyway. Yeah, we got this weird guy that's just there stabbing the air. Yeah, he's like really slow like that. Actually, I wonder what's down there, or is that just where it leads out of? I'm not going to try actually because... Oh no! Oh, that's what he was doing then. Little bastard. I'd usually just kill him straight off. Look how lucky that were as well. We got a halfway point there anyway, so... We've got a spectre there, that's the only thing I can think to describe him as. That's what I always described him as back in the day. Just like a spectre. Oh! Yeah, I should have gone above. Alright, now we've got the... Yep. Won it and I'm dead. Ah. No, I got one more hit. Right, you need to get into a pattern. Look at the stakes, look how fucking ridiculously stupid they are. But to bounce off the wall and help you out just a little bit, we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is just by doing this. Yeah, once you get into the... Shit. Once you get into the pattern of it, it's just really easy. And as I show you, the stake is useless. Again, the only weapon that I can really recommend in this game is a gun. Now, this is a level that I was talking about that used to freak me out. If you just... I'll just let you listen to the music while I have another drink. It just sounds so fucking evil, man. It sounds like satanic, and then you got those like woo. Sounds like it's saying all this weird Latin shit. We got one of those annoying, like, perfect jumps you got to make there. But yeah, I really like this music. I remember being freaked out when I got to this bit, like the first time when I was a kid. And you got these enemies that I always think look like Ozzy Osbourne. I know they're supposed to be like evil nuns or whatever, but yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, maybe, I'm sure it's either this time or the next time we're in like a castle type thing where we get the paranormal activities type stuff. Got all the poltergeist. Have I just gone the wrong way? I know the arrow's pointing that way, but I'm sure that... Oh no, look, that's where I started. Yeah, yeah. I think this is where I've got to come to pick the weapon up when it appears. I just got a little bit sidetracked there because I was talking about those enemies that look like Ozzy Osbourne. I think they do anyway. So yeah, this is your first time seeing this. You can probably understand the criticism, and I totally get it. It's just... I can say the Mega Drive game, as far as I'm concerned, isn't finished, and for all, I'll play devil's advocate, you know, for all intents and purposes, this game isn't really finished because there's a lot that they could have added to it, like, you know, making the weapons decent and a lot of things like that. But I forgot what I was going to say then. Now, yeah, criticism about this game. Even though I like it, it's just, yeah, it's bland. It's kind of empty. It's a little bit stale, it's a bit... The enemies are not really interesting. And I'm struggling on this bit. And as far as following the film, it just does a bullshit job of doing that. Can I get up there? As I said, I've seen the film a bunch of times. It has been a while since I watched it, but in this game you're playing as Jonathan Harker, who's just nothing in the film. Here's your man. Helsing's your man. He's a guy who knows everything, you know, the Nosferatu, and knows all the terms, and knows to use holy water and shit like that. I remember he used to fancy Lucy a lot as well in the film. Obviously before she gets turned into a vampire. But yeah, I always thought she was pretty attractive, like really pale skinned and stuff. So I'm actually, yeah, I'm gonna follow the arrow this time and just get the level done. It's a really fucking boring level, this. This is maybe why I felt like talking about why I can understand how this game's a little bit bland. Shit. See, this level design is just like, I get it, it's supposed to be like not straightforward maybe, but... Alright, so I think I need to go back this way. It's pointing to the room that's I just basically came from not long ago. Yeah. Because I know... Oh, wait, no. At least we can use them in some way, at least. We're better having these add-on weapons than not having them. So yeah, that's probably my least favourite stage out of the whole game, or the whole game as far as I usually get. I did finish this a few times in the past. Hold on a minute, my controller. No. Oh, my controller's died. Hold on a minute. Yeah, the only way I can carry on now is if I restart the game, which I'm not going to do. Alright, so that were a little bit unexpected. Yeah, this fucking controller. Once you knock it and you knock the wire and it comes like out of the controller, the only way to... Damn it, I'm a bit annoyed about that. Alright, so yeah, we're going to leave it there. I'm sorry about that. I've been Walking the Cow, thank you for watching. This has been Bram Stoker's Dracula on the Super Nintendo. I'm going to upload this on Halloween, I think, actually. So you can kind of call it a Halloween special, even though there's like nothing special about this game unless you are me. But I do encourage you to try it out. You know, check it out for yourself. It is what it is. It's a cash-in on a popular film, and that's all I've really got to say about it. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.